You can't say, man, I ain't talking to the police, I ain't doing no snitching, and still come over here and say I'm with the Muslim. Because you cannot, because the Muslim will say, hey, tell the police what you know. Tell the police who broke and done this crime. That's what the Muslims would say. But you go, so homie, these niggas have double minds. They don't know what they want to be at this old age. I don't want to join no religion, my nigga.
You're not Christian?
No, I'm not a Christian at all. I've never professed to be a Christian. I ain't none of that shit, homie.
What are you?
Nothing, nigga. I just believe in God, and I don't know what God I believe in other than Mama God. Mama God. I don't read the Bible. I don't read the Quran, nigga. I go out what my mama was saying, and I watched her. So my mama kind of like my God. Her God, that's the God I pray to, God or mama. I don't know no other God, my nigga. And I ain't trying to learn no other. I know her God work. I've never heard her curse out anybody in my life. I've never seen my mama, a man come out of her bedroom. I've never seen my mother drunk. I've never seen her high. I watch her feed people, take care of people. She keep the family together. She pray. Man, so nigga, the God of mama.
But then you used to go, I heard, well, I think you told me you used to go to church sometimes, though.
We all went to church sometime. But as a man, as a kid, I was a Muslim. And I done it all, homie. As a man, it ain't a book, a preacher, a rabbi, or imam that can tell me nothing about no God. As a grown motherfucking man. Nigga can't tell me shit about no God, nigga. At this point, I don't even know if God exists. I know my mama God exists. It worked for her. But
all right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and as always, peace and salutations, man. Yeah, your boy Charleston White, self-proclaimed community activist, I guess, but sometimes he be saying a lot of stuff that is truthful, man. He just says it in a very harsh way, kind of like the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And then a lot of times he'll say a bunch of foolishness, like you heard there him concerning his belief or lack thereof in the God of the Bible, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. He's really spewing a lot of confusion, because first he says he don't really believe in God, quote unquote, and then he says he believe in the God that his mom worships or serves or whatever. But it's just a whole bunch of confusion, man. But the point of me bringing out this video was just showing you the spirit that a lot of our people are in. Okay, a lot of the nation of Israel is in that spirit where they're really confused. They don't know, and they're as we get older, you get more stubborn, you get more set in your ways, having your conscience seared with hot iron. The Lord, tells us in these scriptures. That's how some people will be. And amen, a lot of people, so-called elders, so-called people who are up in age of our nation, come with that spirit on them where you can't tell them nothing. They're prideful. They feel like they're at a certain age or a certain point in their life where they've seen and done it all, and you can't tell them. And that's the spirit your boy Charleston White was in. This is 1 Corinthians 13 and verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. All right. But when I became a man, I put away childish things, man. And this, first and foremost, goes into the scriptures concerning starting with the men, all right, of the nation of Israel. All right. We're supposed to be men and not children or women. All right. We're not supposed to come in a child spirit or a feminine spirit. We're supposed to show ourselves as men, and a part of us being men is keeping these law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, and also projecting those commandments those law statutes amongst the rest of the nation of Israel. All right. Believing in Yahweh Ba'ashem Mahawashah, that's something that we learn as children. All right. Now, as we grow in that faith and that belief, there's things that we start to actually do as men. One thing that we do through the Spirit, prophesy and teach. Okay. That's part of being a man and putting away childish things, a childlike belief or lack thereof. That's child's play, especially when you're concerning the actual children of the Lord. I've heard Charleston White speak on the Hebrew Israelites, speak on the prophets that he's seen out on the highways and byways. Not sure exactly what camp, what group he had came across, but he did speak on it. It wasn't good. He was coming in a mocking spirit. You know, he's putting us all in the same category. The Muslims, the Hebrew Israelites, and the Christians, putting everybody in the same category. And again, that comes from having a childlike mind. All right, the fact that you're at a certain age and you still don't even believe in our power. This is kid stuff, man. It's kid stuff. Because guess what? And here pretty soon, every eye and every knee shall bow to Yahweh Bahashem Mahawashah, man. So in that day, everybody on this planet is going to see that there is a God. He does have a son. They're all powerful. And this thing of ours is actually real. Again, if you're coming in a child like mentality, I mean, you're not going to deal with prophecy, man. You're going to pretend and you know, it's just like trying to feed a infant medicine, man, or any type of food, vegetables and such, man. And that infant, you know, turns his head to the side because he don't want the spoonful of peas or whatever, man. That's the same spirit that's on our people. When we try to tell them this truth, man, they're turning their head from side to side saying and that's a childlike, you know, spirit. I ain't got time. We don't have time for no grown ass men coming in the spirit. First of all, talking about he don't believe in, you know, a God. And then, like I say, you could hear the confusion in what he was saying. Because first he was saying he don't believe in nothing. All right. Then he was saying he was a Muslim when he was a kid. And then he was saying he believes in his mama's God. So I'm just real confused. It just adds a whole lot of confusion. Now, all right, no need to sit here and beat our people down if we don't have to. We all have a reason why we don't know what's going on, or you know, up until the prophets were out on the highways and byways, we all inherited these lies, man. The difference is, going back to the whole point of this, the men were supposed to come out of this. All right, the children are going to be children and the women are going to be women. That's why the Lord said that this thing of ours, his ear is or our ears. Let me just bring it up. Let me bring this up right quick. In Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. All right. So this was only, you know, for the Hebrew Israelite men to uphold, you know, the law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right. Not the women and not the children. We see, you know, how that has worked out for us, man. But hey, us dealing with the harsh realities of the word, man, you know, that's why this is for men and not the weaker vessels, which would be the woman or the children or any other nation that wasn't given these laws, statutes, commandments, man. We're not coming in that weak spirit of pretending like the rest, like they do, the women, the children, and everybody other nations. All right, they're in this pretend spirit, man. You deal with the harsh reality of serving Yahweh Bahashem Mahawashah. There's good things coming to us, man. There's blessings coming our way. But before we get to the full manifestation of those blessings, we got to go through this great tribulation. We got to deal with this nonsense. We got to deal with our men acting like a bunch of little children, you know, talking about they don't believe in God, or you know, any other thing that they're involved in that isn't the truth, man. It is late in the day, man, and our people have no excuse, man. The prophets are out there. I was getting into the fact that we had inherited these lies. Well, that is the whole point of us serving Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashai, following that protocol so that we can get the correct information. And that correct information is going to aid in our well-being, all right, aid in our longevity, aid in us being on top and everyone else being on bottom, or underneath us. But if we come in that childlike, feminine like spirit, man, then we'll never make it. And again, unfortunately, for 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're coming in that spirit where they're not men. All right, they can't be. Hey, the women can't be men. They can pretend, and then the children, until those boys turn into men. They're at the mercy of the people above them. And unfortunately, for a lot of the children, the people who are above them aren't serving Yahweh Shem Shai. So they'll grow up with those lies, and they'll never be able to come out of those lies, like your boy Charleston White. All right. I don't know. He got to be at least in his 40s, man, in his 40s, and still, spewing this nonsense. And again, he has heard the words of the prophets, man. He couldn't receive it. He couldn't understand it because he's a little mama's boy. He's still acting like a child. He's not standing up, studying to show himself approved, man, through the spirit. He's not doing that. All right. He's just being like a little child talking about, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. Ain't no God. And again, he's saying a whole bunch he's saying he don't believe in God. He's saying he believe in his mama's God. And then he was saying he was a Muslim at one point. So do you hear the manner of confusion? And make no mistake about it, bro. Again, a lot of our people are coming in that same spirit, man. Pride, confusion, man. And they hide their lack of knowledge, their lack of understanding. They're able to hide it with their prideful spirit, man. And that's something that women do a lot. They get a little attitude, man. They got that you can't tell me nothing, show me. That's the spirit a lot of our people are in. Ever since we've been prophesying through the spirit, our people, there's certain individuals in our nation that have a certain spirit upon them, which causes them to scoff and mock the prophet, saying, bring it on. Y'all been talking this God is coming stuff for all these years, and nothing has changed, man. That's the spirit a lot of our people are in. They think because judgment didn't happen immediately, all right, and these things that we spoke and prophesied didn't happen literally the next day, they think that it's not going to come to pass, man. And that is a childlike way of thinking, which is to say, compared to the men, that is a weaker way of thinking. That's not how we operate as men of the Lord, all right, especially concerning our Father and our big brother, our Lord and Savior Malak Yahushua. That's not how we get down at all. All right, now we've been over here in Babylon the Great so doggone long, all right, that the men here have become like women and children. They're not standing up like men, all right, and upholding laws, statutes, commandments. They don't have any integrity. That's something that's a skill set that was given to men, all right, is to have a certain level of integrity. If we have that integrity, that way we'll keep certain oaths, that we make. Now we've went off, but we're coming back to that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. But that is like a skill set, also a burden of a man. The fact that we have a certain level of integrity that we like to keep, man. Eve is supposed to be the loving and nurturing one, but come to find out, especially here on the western side of the earth, man, it seems like men love harder more than women, man, especially here in Babylon, man. Babylon the Great. These women don't love and they're not nurturing. All they care about is themselves, man. Their own pleasure and their own, success and money. That's all they really care about. They don't care about nation building. Even in our captivity, they don't care about helping, the nation out by taking hold of one man. Hell, let a man of Yahweh Shema Shai first and foremost, but let alone just a decent man, that's out here, working, that wants to be decent. Eve ain't trying to do that, man. And it comes to find out, man, we care more about that than women do, man. So we gotta really get up out of here, man. All right, because this place is completely confused, man. All right, there's so much confusion on every side that you look at, man. Whether it's in your spirituality, you know, issues with the flesh concerning the alphabet community. We starting with the Hebrew Israelites still having a hard time understanding the dynamic between a man and a woman, understanding that they're not the dynamic between a child and their parents. All right. It's a bunch of just out of order stuff. And we've reached a certain point where we're not trying to play this game no more. We don't want to play this back and forth. Let's go to work. Let's take a vacation in the summer. This is ridiculous, man. We want to get out of here. And you being a pretender ain't going to help, man. You coming in that childlike spirit ain't going to help. You got to deal with it as a man. That's why the Lord has set up his order. Yahweh Shai, the man, the woman, the child. All right. Make no mistake about it. If you are a woman, you should have more strength, more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding than your children. All right. There's going to come a point where, especially that young man, he's going to reach a certain age, a certain point where he's going to start to develop, the skill set of a man. All right. Same thing with the little girl. But until that point, man, hey, man, your children shouldn't be smarter than you. Just like, and take that on up the order, just like the men. Hey, the women, all right, it's a hard pill to swallow, but especially concerning spirituality, your woman, all right, the women shouldn't be more spiritual than the men because the Lord set it up that way, man. You would think that the women would be on point, being that they're supposed to be loving and nurturous, all right, by nature. Okay, but of course, things are turned upside down, man. This is the land of confusion. That's why we call it Babylon the Great. Great confusion um rings out here in this place, man. All right. The men ain't men, the women ain't women, the children, they out of control. So that is why we do these things that we do, man, through the spirit, because there's a remnant, and we pray and hope to be a part of that remnant that cares about salvation, cares about the affairs of their own people, as well as the affairs that's going on throughout the earth. We want to be in a place where it's peace, man. Wait, now we ain't got to be like what people try to make us out to be, like we just some soft, weak type men just because we want peace. That doesn't make us weak to desire peace, man. It actually makes us wise men, because we could live, have the women we want, beautiful children, enjoy the earth, man. There's so much stuff that we haven't experienced as Israelites, man, especially in this captivity concerning this earth, animals and such, man. You see all these other nations playing, traveling, riding dolphins and camels, and a lot of us, man, in this captivity, we ain't even seen a lot of these animals, man. A lot of people that ain't never even been to the zoo of our nation, man. So we missing out on so much, man. So this is not the time to be puffed up. Even if you are rich, you ain't seen nothing, right? That Black Sea, all right, the things in the depths of the ocean, nobody even knows. Esau can't even get to the bottom of the ocean, man, or out there in the galaxies like that. They can front. They can pretend, man, but there's so much stuff on this earth that we have no idea, man. So many elements, so many animals, insects, birds, and beasts of the field that we have yet to see, man. I rather, take the extremes of paradise, the words of the Lord. He called, paradise. Than this crap that we got going on a daily basis, man. And the Lord said his laws aren't grievous, man. All right. So I don't see what the big issue is with our people and not wanting to serve Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai. It's all right to be wrong, man. That's a problem with our people. It's that pride, man. And again, especially with the elders of our nation. Of course, they're going to be more prideful. They're older than everybody in the nation. Of course, they're gonna have a spirit where they feel like they should know everything. They've lived longer than all of us, but it ain't how it is. They're not, they didn't acquire wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the Lord. They just acquired worldly knowledge. Hardworking people, a lot of them are. Grew up in a lot rougher time than we did in relation to segregation and all that, and racism, dealing with that here in Babylon the Great. And but when it comes to the truth, man, all right, they never did get it, man. And they taught their descendants those lies, man, those same lies that were inherited to us by our enemy, on that plantation Christianity. Hey, man, we just, generation after generation, we just inherited those lies until the Lord set up his men, starting with the elders and apostles. All right, set up those men, and we all followed through the Spirit in those men's labors, and we learned some things, man. We don't know it all. All right. And we prophesy in part, but together as a whole, we do through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Each and every brother doesn't know every single thing, but collectively, starting with Malak Yahweh Shah, we do. All right. And for us, operator level, we know enough to be able to navigate our way out of here through the Spirit. All right, we got the name Jehovah Bahashem Hawashah. We keep these law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. We rehearse the righteous acts. We deal with prophecy. We meditate on prophecy. So that way, when it hits the fan, because it's going to hit the fan, and we be prepared, man. And the rest of these suckers that's out there claiming they don't care, they don't believe in God, or they going the Muslim route, hey, man, they gonna have to deal with this, and the Lord is gonna mock them when their fear cometh, man. All right, so they'll be crying out, trying to have prayer circles and pray and be spiritual men and women in that day, but it'll be too late, man. And that's the lot that we don't want to get caught in. We don't want to get caught in the lots of a delinquent. All right, in the lot of somebody that owes Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. That's why it will behoove us to pay now. Pay now or pay later. We're all going to pay. Why? Because the servant is not greater than his master. All right, so what Yahweh Shah went through, if you know, you know. All right, that great sacrifice and everything preceding that sacrifice is teaching, him being mocked and ridiculed and beat and spit on and talked about. All right, the servant is not greater than his master. We're subject to these same things happening to us. We just got to keep that integrity. All right, and of course the men are going to show y'all how to do that through the Spirit. We'll show y'all, how to keep that integrity, how to be righteous in the midst of adversity. And all this is done through the Spirit, not our own power. All right, we never boast through the Spirit in our own power. We give praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bahashem Awashai for blessing us with that type of strength. All right, and not letting us go out like a bunch of suckers. All right, because that's what's gonna happen to these childlike men. All right, these feminine like men. They're gonna go out like suckers, and the Lord is gonna uplift this hopeful elect, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and till next time, Shalom.